I'm Pat.
And I'm Matt.
And our company is Grinds. We're here today seeking a $75,000 investment in exchange for 10% equity.
That was a sales pitch Pat Pezet and Matt Canepa gave on ABC's hit show Shark Tank, a business they started while playing baseball for Cal Poly here at Baggett Stadium.
How did this all start? I mean, it's grown so huge, but how did you first come up with the idea?
That essentially was a story. I mean, we were up late. It was a random summer school class. I think it was 2 or 3 in the morning. It was a much neglected marketing project. Being poor college students, we had nothing in our pantry at all except like coffee grounds and pasta, you know, just random stuff. So being resourceful, we just threw coffee in our mouths, and
then we stopped working on the marketing project.
Yeah.
And we ended up working on ideas for this company.
We came up with a name right then too. Like, what are we going to call it? Grinds.
So it replaces tobacco.
We kind of started by just throwing it in and said, hey, I'm getting a little caffeine kick, a little buzz going. And then it wasn't until, actually I guess it was that night we started brainstorming, like, what would you call this thing? How would you market it? And we're like, you can get people to stop chewing tobacco.
When you first came up with it, how'd you get it off the ground? I mean, you come up with this idea at 2 a.m. in your apartment. Where do you go from there?
The free pizza.
Yep, you heard that right. It began with college boys interested in free food.
It really was a flyer we saw that said, have a cool idea, free pizza, that we showed up to. Ended up being the business plan competition. We filled out our questions, and everything was really simple, straightforward, like grinds, coffee in a pouch, gonna take it to spring training through our network of guys we played with.
We didn't think we were gonna win. Yeah, guys talking about making like electric engines for Ferraris. And we were like,
they had funding and a whole team of people behind them.
Pat and I were like, hey, we're going to put coffee in a pouch.
And as they expanded Grinds by selling it to baseball buddies, that's when they knew they could take it a step further.
So then how did you get to Shark Tank? I mean, obviously there had to be some trial and error kind of with everything.
We had heard about the show and our sales weren't bad, but we were just like, I wonder how we could boost some sales. So we had said, okay, well maybe we'll go to their they have a casting call, somewhat similar to American Idol.
They made it on the show and struck a deal with 2 investors, but after the show decided to forego the deal and continue on their own. But the exposure changed everything.
What were your sales numbers before you went to Shark Tank and then after the show?
Before Shark Tank, we did just under 300,000 in sales. And then after, basically year to date now, because it's been basically 1 year from today, or actually this weekend. That the show aired. Yeah, crazy enough. We've done like 1.4 million.
I think we're in currently 20 major league locker rooms. It kind of fluctuates as guys kind of use the product and don't.
Get traded.
All 30 minor league organizations use it.
I think that a lot of athletes here get the stigma that they're just here to play the sport and they go to class, but they focus on their sport. So what would you say to student athletes that want to do something big like you guys have created?
More than anything, you can do it. I mean, we were no different than anyone else. I mean, more or less your average students.
Grinds comes in 3 flavors: mocha, mint chocolate, and cinnamon roll. And we got an exclusive look at their new flavors coming out soon: peppermint and vanilla.
Which flavor is the most popular?
The mint chocolate and mocha were pretty
peppermint.
I think peppermint will be huge.
Is going to be a big
It's going to be big.
Yeah.
Peppermint vanilla will be good too.
Next year we're going pumpkin spice too. So
Right? So
you heard it here first. Pumpkin spice.
And with the 2 boys that started a successful business from a free piece of pizza, there was only one thing left to do: put their product to the test myself.
Okay, peppermint, new flavor.
New flavor, new flavor.
Test one.
Take one. Yeah, there we go. For men and women.
So you just kind of let it sit in your mouth and kind of just hang out there.
It's good. It
Don't
tastes like
actually
gum.
chew on it though.
I'm letting it.
That's the one thing. People call it chewing tobacco and they think that you start chewing on it. That's not the case.
I like it.
Yeah.
Good test.
Good. Awesome.
Brianna Whitney, Mustang News.